All right, so what's going on, everybody? It's JA. Let's go ahead and dive right into the latest stories from around the world of sneakers. Now, to begin, we're going to start with Travis Scott, which, of course, recently Jordan Brand, they just dropped the Jordan 1 Travis Scott Medium Olive, a pair which, let's just say, quite a few amount of people were looking to grab these joints right here. So I would throw these right up there with those Jordan 4 Bred Reimagines. It's probably the two sneaker releases which were the most sought after this year. Not only did you have sneakerheads trying to grab these, but just like your general casual person, which normally doesn't enter for hype releases such as looking to grab these joints right here. So as you can imagine, the demand was absolutely insane. Nike did do something cool though. Apparently this was the most highly produced Travis Scott release to date. And we did see like 60,000 plus pairs loaded up to the sneakers app for the official release on Saturday. Now, as far as major releases goes, it looks like pretty much everything has wrapped up, as we just saw Kith do a little raffle redo. Some people were having confusion because they weren't able to actually enter into that Kith raffle, but apparently, according to Kith's director of e-commerce, it was actually a redo from Friday's raffle, which apparently they had some type of issue selecting winners. So what they went ahead and did is redo the raffle, and if you entered in on Friday previously, you had access. So it wasn't any type of like tier member rewards type of thing. So with all of that being said, that pretty much wraps up all of your major releases from big retailers for these Travis Scott joints right here. So with that being said, you know, for everybody that missed out on this pair, of course, they're analyzing the secondary market like it's the stock market or something like that. So as we take a look here at prices, we see right now via StockX, you're seeing your average price somewhere around in that $450 to $500 price point. It is also interesting to note that according to StockX's data right here, we have seen roughly almost 10,000 pairs of these exchanged through different hands via the secondary market. So quite amount of volume for a recently released pair right here. But also take note that currently StockX is running a 100% off seller fees promotion, which kind of has a adverse effect right here on the price. So I would imagine that once that promo kind of runs out, we will see prices move up a little bit. If you take a look here at the resale value via the GOAT app, you're seeing prices like strong in the $500 price tag plus. So I would say as far as the true value via the secondary market, I would take a look at GOATs as more of like the true value and everything like that. But as you guys know, everybody's recommending, if you are looking to pay resale, of course, to hold out, as raffles, everything, all the retail releases have wrapped up, and now people are waiting to get their pairs. And as you can imagine, I would say that probably the majority of people that get these are looking just to quick flip these joints to somebody that's looking to pay resale. So I wouldn't really recommend to pay resale for these, but you know, if you're absolutely in love with this pair right here, which I would have to say is the perfect fall Jordan 1 low, you know, I would say just go ahead and grab these joints while you can, because I'm predicting that resale prices, as far as for a Travis Scott Jordan 1 low, you know, they may not skyrocket right away, but eventually I would say these are probably going to go up, you know, over time. So with that being said, again, I do not encourage paying resale. There is some other great alternatives currently on the market, such as the Jordan 1 Low Mocha, although it doesn't have the backwards swoosh and all that good stuff, a great fall time release. This pair is available easily for retail, so that would be what I would recommend. And then of course, you guys already know we're going to see a lot more Travis Scott releases coming up here in the future, as he was recently spotted, you know, rocking a new pair of the Jumpman Jack. So I guess he's right now overseas. He just did the Venomons runway show. So these joints are nice. Apparently you got like a white midsole, black upper. As far as the Travis Scott Jumpman Jack, it's kind of hard to gauge the reception, you know, how people feel about those, just because it feels like there's just a limited pair. But apparently we do have the Mocha pair, which has a tentative release date, I guess, for November. So this will be a nice fall release right here. Maybe something you guys want to grab as like an upcoming Christmas gift. But then again, these joints are probably going to be extremely limited. But as far as the colors here, definitely on par for the whole Travis Scott brand, and a great looking solid pair. I feel like nice color blocking on these. But then again, it's kind of hard to gauge if people are really feeling those or not. And then as far as other Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows, while we did see a whole bunch of samples, there were rumors that certain pairs were dropping, certain pairs have been canceled, but it looks like the official holiday release will be these velvet brown joints, I guess is what they're calling them tentatively. So we got a little on feet look right here, which of course you got 50 different shades of brown right here. But some nice different contrasting materials right here. And then of course, it looks like they're gonna throw in that alternate pink pair of laces to give it that Travis Scott flair. So this should be another one that people will be excited about. At the same time, the color scheme isn't as exciting as, let's say, these recently released medium olives. But for me, I feel like this is a nice mature vibe, maybe for like the older Travis Scott heads or something like that. I like these, but of course, you know, people are gonna hate on them now. And then once we get closer to the holiday release, everybody's gonna be looking to get their hands on these. Same story, and it looks like the Travis Scott cycle will continue. Now, switching gears over to Adidas and YEEZY, for all of you who are still excited about Adidas, leftover YEEZY scraps, we got a little small update here. So of course, recently we know Adidas has removed all YEEZY listings from their website. Well, at least over here in the US, of course, other regions across the country, you know, they still have access to these pairs, which Adidas has been discounting heavily, so much that it honestly feels like they're trying to give these joints away at this point. So for all of you guys hopeful, holding out for another major fourth quarter drop, I would say with the way Adidas is heavily discounting these pairs just to get rid of them, I would say another major upcoming drop isn't looking very hopeful. But we do have a small little update as this dude right here who goes by Laced Heat over on Instagram, he recently visited the Adidas outlet in Niagara Falls, New York. And while pickings are looking very slim as far as the leftover inventory, you just got a couple different colors of the Quantum and MNVN. The prices right here are what really caught my eye, because you got the Quantums coming in at 40, you got the MNVNs coming in at 30 bucks, which, can y'all imagine, originally they retailed at 250 for the Quantums. The MNVNs originally came in at what, 230, 220. So I feel like this is just a testimony to just like what's going on with the sneaker industry. Can you imagine with the Ye cosign, with Adidas scaling back the inventory, holding back pairs to create a fake hype? We were buying in at that full crazy markup retail at 250, which if you guys would have just held back, you see Adidas was just holding on to all of these pairs, of which at this point they're pretty much giving away at this point. So I feel like not only does this expose Adidas, but it just kind of exposes the whole entire sneaker industry with how they hold back these pairs, and we just eat it up every time. So with all of that being said, I feel like these would be some great pickups if you guys are looking to buy in at that $40, $30 price tag, maybe some great sneakers to mow your lawn in on Saturday morning. I don't know, but I guess with prices like this, it may be worth a trip to your local Adidas outlet if you haven't been in quite a while. So with all of that being said, let me know what is your best Adidas outlet find as far as Yeezys, and let me know what was your best steal as far as pricing. And then lastly, before we bounce, I did want to mention a few New Balance updates. So first up, we have these Jack Harlow 1906Rs, which this pair right here did leak a while ago, which we've seen it for a while, but I honestly forgot about these joints right here. I'm not even gonna lie. So essentially, Jack Harlow, he's been signed with New Balance for a while now, but apparently this will be his first collaboration. So what you have here, New Balance's most popular current model at the moment. It feels like every collab they're pushing the 1906R, which you have this green sole, full floral upper looking like grandma's couch right here. Now, while the release date is known, apparently we will have a Friday drop. The release method, of course, is unknown, but if I had to just make an educated guess, I would imagine they'll probably drop this just as they drop some of their other hype limited collabs, where we'll probably see like a limited soft launch come Friday and then a wider nationwide drop available at a later date. So at the time of the recording, price is unknown on this pair right here. From the first time I saw these, you know, I don't want to come off as a hater, but I've never really been a big fan of this pair right here. And while Jack Harlow himself, he makes some cool songs or whatever, I wouldn't really look at him as somebody, you know, that I'm looking to buy sneakers from. But with that being said, this should be a big one for Friday. And as I always like to say, if you guys like these, I love them. Now, next up, we got one of New Balance's premier collaborators in Action Bronson, which of course this year he dropped a trio of 1906Rs. We know he has the Minimalist Trail coming out soon, which apparently they're trying to take things into a sporty direction, but also it looks like they are maintaining that pressure with the lifestyle models here, as we see a new colorway of the 990 V6, a model which Action Bronson definitely had a hit with last year. So what do you guys think about the follow-up colorway here? It seems like based off the early reactions on social media, while you can't really tell what's going on right here just from these little small images, apparently people are saying this is the worst Action Bronson collab yet to this day. But I'm sure you guys will warm up to these once we get a little closer to the official release day. So apparently these joints are scheduled to drop, or rumored to be dropping sometime next year. So just hold your horses for this pair right here. And then lastly, we got another Kith collab, which they be just pumping out these New Balance collabs. So this time they got a new 990 V4, as well as for the first time a Kith New Balance 1000. So very interesting. Both of these pairs are kind of in the more subtle lane. Again, you do want to kind of reserve judgment, as you know, you always have the iconic Kith filter. So I'm sure once we see these pairs in person, they are going to look a little bit different right here. But got a little interesting mix of materials. It's kind of difficult to tell. I'm trying to zoom in right here, but it seems like you have like some type of plush, almost suede type of material. So they're keeping things simple. As far as this collab, though, I would say not really doing anything to stand out, you know, outside of the GR pair. So when it comes to New Balance, you know, while I do always appreciate the collaborations and the celebrity influencers and everything that bring people into the brand, I think once you get past all of that and just take a look at what they're offering as far as their general fair sneakers, I think they are killing it. So even outside the collabs, which I really could care less about, I feel like just their general offerings from their various sneaker models, I think are what makes New Balance one of my favorite sneaker brands currently at the moment. So that's all I got for you guys today. We're gonna wrap it up. Of course, if you guys enjoyed today's update, please help support the channel by hitting the like button down below. I can't stress how much that helps me out. And if you enjoy what you got going on over here, drop your feedback down below. So that's it, guys. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm JA, and I'm out, y'all. Love.